Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of the Forensic Times. I'm Dr. Anuja. I'm a dentist and a forensic odontologist. So today's video is going to be about the human dentition and types of teeth. But before we get to the actual video, I want you guys to put on your thinking caps because here's a question for you. Ted Bundy, an American serial killer, was convicted on the basis of which forensic evidence? Is it latent fingerprinting, DNA profile, blood evidence, or bite marks? If you know the answer to this question, write it down in the comment section below. Also, if you find our content interesting, do like and subscribe to our channel and do not forget to click on the bell icon to stay updated. We know that forensic odontology is the application of dental findings or dental evidence for the procurement of justice. As humans, we have two sets of teeth, primary teeth and permanent teeth. Primary teeth are formed prenatally, that is before birth, beginning at about 14 weeks in utero, that is when you're in your mother's womb, and they are completed by 3 years of age postnatally. The permanent teeth emerge at about 6 years of age and they are completed approximately by 28 years of age. So when the permanent teeth begin to erupt into the mouth, that phase is known as your mixed dentition phase or the transition period. Why is it called? This is because in this period, there is a mixture of both your primary and your permanent teeth inside your oral cavity. This transition period lasts from 6 years to 12 years of age. And once all the primary teeth have fallen, then the mixed dentition period ends. So this pattern of eruption of teeth, that is, first your primary teeth erupt and then they fall off, this is followed by eruption of the permanent teeth in their place. So this pattern is crucial because it plays an important role in the estimation of age. So the anatomy of a tooth can be divided into roughly the crown, neck, and the root. So the crown portion is that region of the tooth that is visible when you smile. The entire crown is covered by enamel. The root portion of the tooth is present in the bony socket in either the upper jaw or the lower jaw. The upper jaw is known as the maxilla and the lower jaw is known as the mandible. So the root portion is covered by cementum. Now the region where the crown and the root come together is known as the cemento-enamel junction or the CEJ, also referred to as the cervical line. This region is the neck of the tooth. So this is a diagrammatic representation showing us the anatomy of a tooth. We have the enamel, the dentine, followed by the pulp. The pulp consists of blood vessels and nerves. Now the dentine, when it enters into the root portion of the tooth, is known as the cementum. Now each tooth is embedded in the bony socket and there is a space between the tooth and the bone. And this space is known as the periodontal ligament. A quick question here. Which is the hardest substance in the human body? The answer is not the tooth, but it is the enamel that covers the crown portion of the tooth. So what makes the enamel the strongest substance? It's because of the composition of the enamel. Enamel consists of 99% of inorganic substances, of which 95% are minerals, primarily calcium and phosphorus. Now these two minerals combine together to form what is known as the hydroxyapatite crystals. These crystals are tightly packed and make the enamel extremely strong. Now in comparison, the bone consists of only 70% inorganic substances. This is why the enamel is the hardest substance in the human body. Each tooth has different surfaces. Now the surface of the tooth that is visible when you smile is known as the labial or the buccal surface. The opposite side, which is not visible, is known as the lingual or the palatal surface. Now each tooth has two sides that come in contact with the adjacent teeth. They are known as the mesial and the distal sides. Now the biting surface of the tooth is known as the incisal edge in case of the front teeth, and it's known as the occlusal surface in case of the back teeth. These are some of the common terminologies that we'll come across when we talk about. What is this dental formula? In the previous video, there was a question asked regarding what dental formula is. So dental formula basically depicts the number of teeth that are present in the mouth. So there are two formulas, one for the primary teeth and one for the permanent teeth. So in this case, we can see the formula for primary teeth is I 2 by 2, C 1 by 1 M 2 by 2 equals 10, where I stands for incisors, C represents the canines, and M represents the molars. So in this formula we can see that there are two incisors present on the left side of the upper jaw and the lower jaw. That is I 2 by 2. In a similar manner, there is one canine in the upper jaw and lower jaw and two molars in the upper jaw and lower jaw on the left side. So totally, there are 5 teeth present on the left side of the upper jaw and the lower jaw. That is, 10 teeth are present on one side of the upper and the lower jaw. So overall, in the primary dentition, there are 20 teeth present. In a similar manner, for the permanent dentition, there are 16 teeth present on one side of the upper and lower jaw, and totally there are 32 teeth present in an adult human dentition. So what is eruption of teeth here? It's nothing but the emergence of teeth into the oral cavity. Now this eruption sequence is important because it helps us estimate the age. For example, now if you consider the eruption of teeth in the upper jaw of the primary dentition, most commonly the central incisor erupts first, followed by the lateral incisors, then the first molars, then your canine, and finally your second molars. So in the upper jaw, this is the sequence of eruption. So thus, by looking at the number of teeth present in the mouth and also the number of teeth that are shed, that have fallen off, as we can see, there is a sequence for shedding of teeth given here as well. We will be able to determine what is the age of the person. In this case, the age of the child, because this is for the primary dentition. Similarly, we have the eruption sequence of the permanent dentition. I've been using terms like incisors, canines, and premolars. So what are they? They are the different types of teeth. So incisors are basically of two types, central and lateral incisors. The incisors that are present towards the center are known as central, and beside them we have the lateral incisors. So the most common function of the incisors is they help in biting the food. There are 4 incisors in the upper jaw and 4 incisors in the lower jaw. So this image here represents maxillary right central incisor. So as we can see, the first image here is how the central incisor will appear from the front. That is, when you smile, the surface of the tooth that is seen will appear like this. This is known as the labial surface. The opposite surface is known as the lingual surface, and this is the anatomy of the lingual surface. So the biting surface of an incisor will appear like this, and below we have the mesial and distal surfaces, that is the sides of the incisor where it comes in contact with the adjacent teeth, will appear like this. So this helps us to appreciate the fact that every single tooth has a distinct anatomy and unique characteristic features. This is why every tooth is unique and no two persons will have the same set of dentition. So these are the canines. So there are 2 canines in the upper jaw and 2 canines in the lower jaw. Now canines are commonly used for tearing the food, especially meat. However, this particular notion has been challenged of late. So the central incisors, lateral incisors, and canines are known as the anterior teeth, whereas the premolars and molars are known as the posterior teeth. So now moving on to the premolars, we have 2 premolars on each side, the first premolar and the second premolar. So in total, there are 8 premolars, 4 in the upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw. So now moving on to the molars, they are 3 in number, the first, second, and third molars. So the premolars and molars help in crushing and grinding the food. Now apart from helping us in eating food, the teeth also play an important role in speaking. The teeth help us talk better, and they also help in digestion since they coat all the food particles with the salivary amylase enzyme that aids in digestion. And also they add aesthetic value to our face. Now did you know that the third molars are also known as wisdom teeth? Well, they are called so because they generally erupt between 17 to 28 years of age approximately. Now this is the age when we are said to be way more mature and wise, or at least we hope to be, and hence they are called wisdom teeth. However, considering the position that they erupt in, I don't really see anything wise about them. Well, now what is the role of teeth in the field of forensic science? First of all, teeth help in identification. As I've already mentioned, teeth are unique and no two persons have the same set of dentition. Second, they help in age estimation, like I gave the example of eruption sequence. So, just by their emergence, that is their appearance into the oral cavity, we will be able to estimate the age of a person. However, this technique does not hold good for all age groups. There are several age estimation techniques that we will get to know in the coming videos. Next, they also help in sex determination. For example, bar bodies. Now, bar bodies are substances that are present in the dental pulp, and if they are present in the pulp, this would indicate that that tooth belongs to that of a female because they are absent in males. So these are some of the examples I'm just, not just your natural teeth, even artificial teeth like dentures or partial dentures or any kind of restoration or filling also aid in identification. Nowadays, dentures come with a bar coding in them. Thus, even if the person's remains are disfigured beyond recognition, it is possible to identify the person by obtaining the bar code that is engraved on the dentures. Why the teeth? What is so special about the teeth? Now, we've already seen that enamel is the hardest substance in the human body. Therefore, they protect the teeth, and the teeth can resist any kind of decomposition, environmental changes, or even assault to a greater extent than other body parts. Also, the teeth can withstand temperatures of up to 1100 degrees Celsius. So thus, in case of massive fires, even if the rest of the body is charred beyond recognition, the teeth remain pristine and intact and are available for identification. Another important point here is the location of the teeth. The teeth are present inside the mouth and they are surrounded by the buccal pad of fat, that is your cheeks, and half the tooth structure is embedded in the bony socket of either the maxilla or the mandible. So therefore, the teeth are well protected and preserved, and even in the face of calamities or natural disasters, they are always available for identification. Okay, so here's a small activity for everyone. These are a set of periapical radiographs. We have antemortem radiographs and postmortem radiographs, that is before death and after death. So I want you guys to compare both the radiographs and write down in the comments below if both the radiographs belong to the same individual or not. So thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I hope you found this video informative and interesting. Please leave your suggestions in the comments below. And before we leave, I have another small activity for you guys. Once you're done watching the video, go to a mirror, look at yourself, smile as wide as you can, and appreciate the beauty of the human dentition. Thank you so much once again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay happy. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Do click on the subscribe button if you wish to have the finest content over the internet. Trust me or not, it is going to be the best decision of your life. Give a thumbs up if you like the idea of the Forensic Times, and make sure you leave a comment as to what else would you like us to cover through this YouTube channel. If you wish to join us and volunteer, click on the links in the description.